Are you ready?
I think so. Is it for me?
Google Daydream View. These headsets officially shipped to those who pre-ordered online, as well as those of us who pre-ordered a Pixel phone. If you did that, as did I, then you got the View for free. But you had to wait until now. As you can see, we have the Daydream View. I got it. I resisted opening it. I know we've already talked about it on the show in the past, but we have it here in the studio. So I want to find out first and foremost if it's moist.
if someone's used it already.
Yeah, did they? Oh, sorry, I didn't leave that in a very good spot. So yeah, so we thought we'd kind of unbox this and see what we got on the inside. I know I'm going to be playing around with this for a little while. You know what I noticed right before the show? They just released the game. What is that? Here, I have it in the dock here, actually. Sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once. It's Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
Oh, yeah.
You remember that game?
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
So, did you get to choose the color, or that's the only color I've seen?
No, this is the... Oh, and see, we've got the remote control right there. No, I didn't get to choose the color. I think I didn't really notice that there were any options for me to choose the color, actually, when I...
Because it should be able to match your Google Home, don't you think? I mean, from an aesthetic perspective.
I suppose so. But what do you think? So you've seen these. Obviously they talk it up as being kind of like a nice, comfortable VR...
It is
VR viewer. It's soft. It's like sweatpants material.
It does feel like sweatpants material. It is soft. I mean that. Yeah, but that part, and it's soft on. It looks like it's soft on the inside. I'm not going to put it on my face because I have makeup on.
But you can feel that to know that if sweaty foreheads have been pressed up into that for an entire VR conference. I don't know, just a theoretical thing I'm throwing out there, that it might possibly get sweaty and damp.
But you can take that out, right?
Yeah, apparently you can. Let's see here. I'm not going to do a very good unboxing here because I've never actually seen it before. Oh, yeah. So there we go. This could make a good Halloween costume.
Yes. Let's feel what that
But yeah, so apparently you can just throw this right in the
wash.
What's up?
With the face mask.
Just the visor on?
Just the visor, yeah. Yes, true.
It has the smell of chemicals. Okay. Anyways, I'm really excited to kind of play around with this. It's got, obviously, the little flappy-doo thing right here.
I liked that the remote could fit in the front. That was the most exciting part for me because I'm famous for losing remotes.
Little remote area here. You just go like that. Put that in. And there we go.
Whoa.
It just pops right in there. Thank you, Burke.
Are you going to wear it for the rest of the show?
No, because then that would be difficult. If I had a prompter app in here, someone make a prompter app for the show. But so I mean, I had very little time with it when I was at VRDC, and this is a really nice light VR goggle. I actually really like it. So I'm interested to play around with it. There are a ton of games that have released right now. Like I said, Keep Talking, Nobody Explodes, although that requires at least a couple of people. Fantastic Beasts, of course, which is the J.K. Rowling's experience. There's a whole bunch of others. So I'm hoping if I can figure out how to do this and then send video, be able to record the VR experience somehow with our equipment here at TWiT, I can do some sort of a focus on Daydream apps. On Android App Arena, but I guess I got to put it on at least once. Well, actually, no, it's okay if you're wearing makeup. Do you want to wear it?
You put it on first. I don't want to break in your goggles. You put them on first. So wait, do you have the Gear VR at home?
I have the Gear VR at home.
And when was the last time you used that?
No, that's a good question. I don't really use it very often.
And do you see yourself using this more often?
I think. At least to a certain degree, yes, because it's a little bit closer to what Google is doing, and it's based on what I do here at TWiT. I need to be a little bit in tune with what Google is doing on their VR efforts because it's part of the Android ecosystem. And also just the fact that the phone that I use regularly is the Google Pixel phone, and that's the only device that actually works with the Daydream View right now. And so there's very little resistance here. One of my problems with the Gear VR is that it's the Galaxy S7 that I have for that, and is it charged? It doesn't it doesn't fit in there very nicely. With this, you just drop it in, and the 4 dots here. I'll open it up.
Yeah, open that flap.
Yeah, I'll open that flap, and these 4 dots right here, those touch to the screen, and that orients wherever center is. And so there's no like fumbling to get it centered or just right. Once the screen touches that with the Daydream app, it goes whoop, and it centers it, and you're all good.
So just believe me, and anyone just listening to this, believe me that when I say that you look fantastic.
Do I?
In the dream. And also believe me when I was so tempted to just get up and walk away, like while you were talking to me.
Wait a minute.
Because you couldn't see.
Wait,
like
it doesn't matter.
That's the
This
child
is a
of me
great
that I was just
game.
like, let's all go, and then CK's in the room. We're all gone, and you take that off, and.
All right. Well, maybe I'll wear it like this for the rest.
So just beware of that if you're wearing 3D goggles.
It's possible whoever you're doing a show with might just leave. Is what you're warning me against.
Yeah, or just But it does look better than some of the. I think it looks better than the Gear VR looked.
It's not an attractive look, let's say. But any way that you can improve it, and I suppose Google has done a good job of kind of coming out with a VR goggle that strangely has at least some sort of semblance of a focus on style, if that's what they're doing here, or comfort, or it doesn't outwardly look like a piece of technology in and of itself. It's not covered in plastic, that sort of thing. So I give them points for that. But yeah, interesting. We'll play around with it, and I'll make sure that it's not damp if you want to check it out.
Okay, all right. So the keep talking and nobody explodes. Are you all meant to be wearing your Daydream VR headsets playing the game together?
No, I'm trying to remember. I think it's just one person wearing, because I remember Leo actually showed it off on the TWiT network a while back, and you have, or I, let's say, have access to all of the controls of this bomb, this ticking time bomb, and all of these different kind of mini puzzles attached to it. And then you, if you're outside of the VR experience, you have a big manual that has all of these different, walks the person that's in VR through how to disable each of those individual components. And you can have, I think, up to 3 or 4 people with those manuals, all like commanding different parts of the experience. So it's a total team game. This is from when they did it with Jason Calacanis and Peter Rojas and a few other people, and Ian Thompson. There we go.
So you're meant to put.
It was a lot of fun.
You don't put your phone. Where do you put your phone? Does the phone go in it or no? Okay, so it doesn't work with my iPhone 7.
You got to take the remote out.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Or the controller, right?
Yeah.
So we discovered, so it only works with a Pixel, and we discovered that you can't even download the Daydream VR app yet on other phones.
Well, yeah,
other Android phones. Like obviously, I can't do it on my iPhone.
It's only cleared for the Pixel. Yeah.
So, what would happen if I used another VR app with my iPhone and stuck it in there? Do you think, what would it do?
If you could just pull it up in kind of VR mode in the app, if you were able to trigger it
Google
and have
Cardboard
do I'm not sure. I haven't tried it. It's possible that it would work. I know with Cardboard, a lot of times, like there's a little bit of some sort of signal from the Cardboard hardware, or if you want to call it hardware, to the phone that says that it's actually in the viewer, and we'll kind of sync it up that way. But I'm sure if you were to pull up like a YouTube video that was already in kind of that stereoscopic view and just throw it in there, I mean, there's no technology in the Daydream View, so I don't see why it wouldn't just show that to you. Getting any of the advanced controls and stuff, that would be a different story.
So it's $79.
Yeah, $79.99.
$90 Gear VR.
$100 pretty much Gear VR. So a little bit less than that. And I would say that the remote is what really kind of sets it off, right? Having that extra dimension of moving, like when I played with Fantastic Beasts, and you have a wand, it's kind of similar to the Harry Potter experience. You have a wand. And I mean, you feel like you have a wand. You know what I mean? You're in this experience. When you move it around, you see a representation of the wand. It takes the experience to another level. So for mobile VR to do that, I think that's a pretty important step. I think it's a big step.
And so obviously you have the big Pixel, but it works with the small or the big.
It works with both of them. I don't know if it works because I have a case in here, but I'm expecting it probably won't matter. This case isn't really a huge case at all. So, yeah. There you go.
There it is.
There it is.
And hopefully you'll
it's
review
super
it.
soft. It's like a pillow.
You'll do your full review on one of your many shows.
It smells super chemically. I'm not going to lie. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Like new carpet.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it smells like. Sorry, you're high now. I apologize about that. There you go. Daydream View.